Okay, there we go. So example, everything looks great.
Yeah.
The only other issue that I had too, if we can cover that too, is the mobile size of the logo.
Uh-huh.
It's fairly huge, and you can see here that it's pretty appropriately sized.
Sure.
But I need to be able to shrink this relative to what shows up on the desktop if possible.
Absolutely. So the way we'll go about doing this, and while doing the screen share, I'll also share some quick tricks on how to access some of these items quicker. So essentially what you're seeing over here is you have a layout with 2 columns. And if I click on this manage layout, I can see that there is this section. Once I click on the section, it goes into the row. So it's kind of going deeper into the page. And now I'm bringing, once I clicked on the row, it goes into the column, each of these columns. And that's how you can also go to the settings, change the background color to whichever your preference is. Also change the width of this particular column. So what happens is certain mobile devices have different widths. So this width might be appropriate for, let's say, a new Retina-ready Samsung device, like a Samsung S8 or something, right? But it may not be appropriate for an iPhone because iPhones are a bit narrower, and that's the reason why things might be sticking together. And if we open the help, you sent me a screenshot right over here. This is how it looks like, and we don't want it to look like this on any device. So to be very mobile specific, what we can do, including your logo size, is let's close this, and let's look at the layout. Okay, so you have everything in 2 columns, right? So what I can do is I can click on the settings of each of the column, and I can see how the width of it is about 7, and that's how it's like that wide, and I can shrink the size and it changes. I can also do that for the mobile device, and what I want on a mobile device is I want it to have a full width, like so. So this way it ensures that even on a mobile device over here it might look great, but when you resize the mobile size over here in the column, it ensures that in any device, on any device, it'll look the same, okay? Same thing we can do with the second column right over here. I can go to the settings, and I can make sure that its width is always 100% on a mobile device. So it's just as you see right over here.
Okay.
Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is a quick way. So instead of going into the manage layout every single time, what you can also do is see right now, if I click on something, it takes me to the text. But if I hold the shift key down, and if I click on it now, it actually takes me to the column directly. So it kind of takes me to the item above it, and you might be able to see it better over here. So over here, I'm clicking on the form, right? But if I hold the shift key and then click on it, you can see the blue highlight is around the background. And now if I click on it, it actually takes me directly to the column in which it is, right? That's a quick way to get to each of the column on the page. Again, if I'm over here, I'm clicking on the text, but if I hold the shift key, it kind of shows the whole entire column in which everything is, right? So that's one way of doing it. What I also want to do is, you mentioned that you want the size of the logo to be proper on a mobile device also. So you don't want it to be this large, you want it to be small. What we can do is we can go in your first column, and I can see that you have the text and the logo just dragged right over here. What we can do to be very specific is I can go add a new row in here, okay? And it'll show it at the bottom that there is a row that you're adding. I'll add a single column row, and what I'll do is I'll move this up 1, and so it's above the text content and below the image. And now I can click and drag this image in here, right? Now that we have it inside the row, we have control over this column of this row, right? And so on a mobile device, you want the row to be smaller. You want the logo to be maybe this size, right? And then I can click on alignment and align it smack in the center. just like that. So now you have a very unique look on a mobile device, which is constrained to the width of the column, and it makes the logo look nice and small. And then when you have it on a regular device, it's what size you picked. There's no difference in that at all, right? So now we have perfection over both sizes and the column widths. So now what we can do is we can go to launch and we can republish this. And I will copy this link and send it to myself also, so I can see it on my mobile device, and you can check it on yours also by on the help. I'll just paste the link. Sorry, I pasted, right click the wrong item. Close this, and I'll paste it right here and send it to myself so I can see it on my phone. And there I have it. And go ahead and check it on your phone also. And I want to ensure that everything looks the way you expected it to look like on a mobile device.
Yep, there it goes.
Good.
So I did not have the logo inside of a row.
Essentially what we were doing, and I'll go back over here. And essentially what we did was anytime you just drag and drop something, and I think maybe you picked a template, right? And
Yes.
when you drag and drop something, it adds it above and below and so on and so forth. But what we did was we went really advanced into it, and we created a row within a column. So we kind of did it's kind of a little advanced way of making sure that that mobile perfection, the mobile view, is covered in any scenario. So that's all we did, is we added a row, and then within that row we created a column. And this column is fluid, meaning it's 0, meaning it's fluid, right? See? So we kept it fluid on a regular desktop, but on a mobile device, we gave it a specific size so that it's, you know, the size that you want the logo to appear on a mobile device, essentially. And the best way to do it is by constraining the logo's width inside of a column and giving it a specific kind of a fixed size of a column. You know what I mean? And this will make sure that, you know, ideally any image that you upload, the way our page builder works is it always makes sure that it brings the best quality on a mobile device, like making it retina display ready and optimizing it for the mobile and for desktop. And so by default, the size of the logo, you know how you change the size of it. So it might be a really huge image. If I open this link in a new window, right? Let me just do select all and go to. So this might be a really large image, and we want to make sure that the size of it looks really nice on a mobile device. So we always show it at this size. And that's why you were seeing it so large on a mobile. And what we did was to constrain it, we just put it inside of a column of its own, a row and a column of its own, so that we can constrain the width of the column of this particular item. And if I shift click on it, you can go back, or I think I shift clicked on it a little too far there. So right there. And then we kind of restricted it to, even on a mobile device, keep it small, you know, and you can adjust the width, but I think this is good enough, right?
Perfect.
Cool. And so now your page is mobile device friendly. And what we can also do is anytime in the future, if you're doing this, what you can do is once you publish this link, you can open it in a new window, right? So I can paste it over here. And this is a cool thing about Chrome, that you can do this. I can do paste and go. So on Chrome, if I right click and go inspect, okay, there is this little mobile icon that Chrome provides. If I click on it, it actually makes my whole page responsive, right? So I can really see how it looks like on any kind of size. But if I click on this little drop down, I can pick the right phone. So if I pick iPhone 8, it'll tell me exactly how it looks like on an iPhone 8.
Oh, wow.
So this is a little cool trick that Chrome provides by default. So this is iPhone 7. This could be a Galaxy S5. And if you have a different device than this, you can click on this edit. And over here, there is a lot more devices available for you to activate. So if I activate, for example, LG L70, I don't know what that phone is, but if somebody else has it, they can activate this. And now in this dropdown, that LG Optimus L70 has appeared. So now you can see how your page would look like on that device also. So this is kind of something that's built into the Chrome. You do have to right click and go to inspect. And once you go to inspect, you have to click on this mobile icon to activate it. Once you turn off the mobile icon, it'll go back to the regular kind of size and everything. But that was a quick way for you to quickly check to make sure that it is what it's advertising, you know. So
Perfect.
yeah, that was a quick way of showing you how to do it, and hopefully other people who are watching this can also learn from it too, right?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.